Welcome to Heath in the Garage. There's no engine in here. Let's tear it down and see what happened to it.
On this episode of Heathen's Garage,
It's seen some things.
we light a crankshaft on fire, we get excited about a cardboard box,
We got us a big old bump stick.
and we point out the obvious.
Those aren't supposed to be there like that. Are we ready to go take engine apart? Do you want to go to the barn? Take engine apart? You too? Alright, let's go. Ethan from the future here. For the portion of pulling the accessories off, as well as the portion of getting the engine onto a stand, it just sort of is time-lapse because I didn't record any sound. Okay, with that part now on a stand, I think it's time we swap to a GoPro that knows how to do time-lapse things, theoretically, and we'll see where that takes us. So we've been at it for about, 45 minutes or so. What you see is where we're at. Look at it. There's that. It's probably not that bad. There's these. These are here. Do we like these? Yeah, they look fine. Dirty as can be. But I don't see anything broken yet, so that's good. I'm hoping we find a broken oil pump or something wrong with it. We just don't know for sure. So we're gonna just, carry on with this shortly. And just look through this engine as we take it apart. Have a peek at the plugs and whatever else to see if we can see what happened. Also, if you notice an excessive amount of cuts, it's because I'm sick as a dog and I don't want you guys to have to hear the sniffling and the horking and everything else that's happening. So you're welcome for that. We've got spark plugs out. Can you see them? They look like spark plugs. There's one that's an AC Delco and the rest are NGK. But aside from that weirdness, everything's normal. Knock sensors already removed. That's all you can see with the valve pan off, which is basically nothing. We're just gonna pull the valve train off now, because that seems like the thing we need to do. I bet there's a way you're supposed to do this. Probably not with an impact. Bigger impact. Try and do the ones that look like they have tension on them first. I like this rocker shaft business. That's the way to do things. In the 60s, Mopar was using rocker shafts, and Chevrolet was using studs. And Chevy used studs up until the 90s, maybe? That might be false information, I'm not sure. Okay, push rods. Alright. Let's off with their heads. You know how worried I am about the order of operation? Not worried. Look at, we got some of it even in the drain pan. Cylinder head, numero right side coming off. It had already popped earlier. Is there anything worth noticing? I don't know. Looks like a cylinder head. You see anything wrong with this one? Other than dirt jammed in the valve from probably me? I don't see anything. Look at it. Yep. That's what that looks like. This is what this side looks like. Oh, don't blow in there. That's not what you're doing. Now there's these. We are going to do a really careful inspection of our lifters because we're cheap and we're going to reuse them. I don't know about that. It's sort of borderline. That's not good. It can't be stuck. It's not interested in coming out. Ooh, okay. Yeah, sure. That's not good. Everything's fine. Everything's fine. Come on. Out. Come on out. Just want to play with you. It'll be fine. Got a bag of good lifters-ish. I've never turned an engine with this stand. I hope it's not exciting. Here comes the mess. Na 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 na. Over you go. Over. I said over. I said over. Come on. Oh yeah. I'm gonna take the oil pan off, but I'm leaving the heater running because it's cold. Here's some things. There's more of the things. There's more inside the strainer. And there's lots inside the oil pan. Like, it's seen some things. You know, I drove with this having no oil pressure for months. I bet that didn't help the scenario. But I don't think it's what caused it either. Alright, we're gonna bring in for a closer look. Crank and rods exposed. We're looking for anything weird. So far, we don't see much other than the excessive amounts of metal in it. Let's get some rods out. It sure rolls over easy. It's obviously done a wonderful job of self-clearancing whatever problem was there. Out you go. What do we see? Anything interesting? No, not really. Well, we're already not off to a great start because those are pretty thrashed. Did you see that? They're not good. I don't know if you can see that, but they're not good. It isn't a great start. Yeah, it ain't good. It's definitely thrashed. It isn't turned, but it's totally trashed. We had one good rod bearing out of the whole bunch. Old number 8 there. That's about the only one that's reasonable. The rest are thrashed. Guess we have a camshaft to pull out too. Maybe that'll be thrashed as well. That'd be good. Come on, camshaft. Out you come. Well, don't go that way. Come up front. Seems like a bad camper. Out you go. I got a feeling bad cam bearing. What the? Why are you still stuck? That's not supposed to be there. Well, herein lies the problem, folks. I just found it. You see that? Those aren't supposed to be there like that. Those are destroyed. That might actually end up being pretty ideal because I wanted to buy a camshaft for it anyways, and now I've got, like, I can't not buy a camshaft for it. Well, we don't have to be as delicate now, do we? Come out of here. Alright, we're getting the crank out of the way first. Oh, is this the wrong way to do it? Oh, that's too bad. I didn't know that. Wow. I'll just have to do it completely different on every future endeavor on my own engine, I guess, hey? Whoops, daisy. Oh, not so good. Alright, number 1 main bearing. Also eating a lot of garbage there. There's a thrust bearing. Bearing also just sort of ate on all the metal that was in there. Not good, folks. Not good. I don't know how this engine was running so well. Because anywhere below 3,000 RPM, it was quiet and ran nice. Well, you feel like you're going to be a jerk. Or heave hope. So, you see how it's all junky. Look at this port, completely plugged off. This one's not much better. This one's the same. Same over here. And down here, we got our cam bearings just laying there. Fell out as soon as I pushed on them. They're not in good shape. You're gonna have to cut them to get it out the rest of the way. Alright, so tin snips for the win, I hope. We get better set of tin snips is what we need. There, they're tin snips still, but maybe they're better in red. It's not a great sign when you have to cut your bearings to get them out. So that's what the cam bearings look like now. They were like together, but I had to cut them to get them out. This one that has a folded over edge, that's not a thrust bearing. That's just the way that it was. Alright, out we go now. The cam itself, bizarrely, does not appear to be that damaged. I got a feeling I'm going to become a lot more familiar with the oil passages on an LS. And we get to do a set of cam bearings. And hope that the block isn't so twisted that we can get a camshaft in after. That'll be fun. This is a not today project. Good struts are a little stiff today. We got stuff. It's been a couple minutes since I took the engine apart. Essentially, we had to wait quite a long time for parts to get here. Hey, where are you going? Ouch. Good boy. Go back under your blanket. But the short version is we were waiting for parts for a long time. Now that we got parts, let's have a look through them. Gasket set. This was my Christmas present from my dear wife. What do we have in here? A piece of paper. Good boy. Good dog. Now, because you learn to stay here, I'll let you start running away. Don't you see what doing it? See what she just lays here? Oh, we're gonna take it off. Yeah. So excited to do it. What do we got here? Look like rod bearings. Crank bearings. Oh, head bolts. Oh. Ooh, look at our magnet. It's an old Dodge pick-em-up truck. That's a good one. Look at the cam bearings. Oh, piston rings. Those are important. Got no cam bearings. We really need cam bearings. Hopefully they're in a different box. We got about a 1996 Ford on there. That's pretty good. Boy, they just sent a ton of packaging with this one. Get over there. Oil pump. It's made by Ultra Power, which is, they're known for being cheap. We got in here. Hopefully some cam bearings, because they're not looking too good on the cam bearing front. That's like the first thing I need to put in. Got new liftery trays. Oh, we got a convertible GTO magnet. That's the ticket. What's this? What is this? A singular cam bearing. Just one. That's a problem. Well, that's disappointing, but not the end of the world. Oh! Look at it. New timing gear. New timing gear. A new timing chain. And dipstick tube. So the short version of that is, I still don't have cam bearings. We won't let that hold us back. We got one box left. And it's the good box. Oh gosh. Here we go. Now this box is not to rock off. We got a set of Top Street Performance ignition wires. They were really cheap. They're 32 bucks for a whole set, which in Canada world is very cheap. And they're 8.5 millimeters. And they say performance. That's unlike me. I thought for sure I would order fancy colored ones. Oh well. Oh yeah. We got us a big old bump stick. Here we go. It's wrapped up. I'm not unwrapping it until I'm putting it in. Since I don't have cam bearings, I'm not putting it in. Officially the most aggressive camshaft I've ever bought. It's not very big in the LS world, but it's going to be quite a bit for a 3/4 ton that does towing stuff. And then we got a bunch of springs! Yay! Wait, I thought these had a damper in them. They don't. Oh well. Now you might say to yourself, Well, how come you didn't get a Texas Speed or a Truck Norris or a whatever fancy name camshaft? Because this is 50 bucks cheaper, and I can buy like 3 pizzas for that. So, are you guys having way more fun in the truck than you were outside? Is it warmer in there or something? Are you guys just having more fun? Okay, well, you guys can sit in there. Oh no, get back on there. These aren't the world's magnets. The prize jewel. Look at that old 52 Dodge. Or 54 or 50 something Dodge. Look at, I get to sit in the chair today. So this is our crankshaft. Believe it or not, I bothered to measure it. It's like almost in spec. Like it's so close, we would have let it ride. The issue it really has, it's got a lot of aluminum sort of forced its way into the steel there. And it's not good for the life of anything. So we're gonna give it a polish and see if we can't take care of some of that. So step number 1, we're gonna use some 600 grit and we're gonna cut it the same width as the bearing surface. See? Now how am I gonna get that straight? Fold my snips toward each other. Does that work? I don't know. Cut along that little line you just made for yourself. No, cut beside it. You can cut the line. I don't think this is how a machine shop does it, but that's how we're gonna do it. I got a selection of lubricants here. We'll start with this. Oh yeah, come on. It must be good. It's got a shaker ball in it. Cover this up. We're starting at 600. I don't know where you're supposed to start. Just sort of wrap around. No, you gotta stay there. Now my leather strap here. Go around again. Boy, I wonder if I got a long enough strap. There, just like that. And you just do this for a while. How do I know when I've done it enough? How will I ever know? That's been about a minute. Oh boy, that looks way different. Except it doesn't look the same all the way around, and that's concerning. Okay, well, what we'll do is we'll just roll it, and we'll do it again on this side. How could you be this way to me? This stuff's brand new. Did you freeze? What's happened? Looking out my back door. Okay, let's see how that looks. That's just incredible. You wanted some attention right now? You want some attention? Hi, little bear. What are you doing in here? Isn't it kind of cold for you guys? Why don't you stand near the heater? I don't want nobody getting their toes run over. You got a lot of toes. You know you have twice as many toes as me, Elvis. So now that we've got the crankshaft all polished up to a degree that I am content with, whether that's good or not, I don't know, but I'm content with it. Time to move on to the block. This thing's called a ridge reamer. You know that little lip that happens right at the top where the piston goes, but the piston ring doesn't, and then it just sort of wears a little lip right at the edge? Should always take that down. If you don't take it down, the piston ring could hit it. That could be bad. I don't know if you can see real good, but that little lip that was there, it's replaced by nice shiny metal, and it's all good now. Elvis, are you having a good time having a sniff? You sniffing around? But it's time to go build an engine. Hey, that's the wrong way. Elvis, come back. We'll wash these cylinders down quick now, and then we're ready to give her a home. By wash them down, I mean a quick shot of brake clean and a rag. Oops. Don't go too far, you'll bust the stone. Wonder what happens if you go counterclockwise. Are you not entertained, Elvis? I think it's crosshatch. Kind of looks like the stuff below that, you know, where the skirt lifts. What's a weird way of saying that? Like my crosshatch kind of looks the same as the hatch below. sounds like I'm talking about spaceship. I don't know, good enough. Good enough, at least, with these stones. I might get some finer ones and smooth it out a bit, but... Also, if anybody can tell me what this line is all about? Is that just an out of taper thing, or what's going on? Basically, every cylinder has it. We're gonna put it together and install it regardless, but I am curious if it's something I should have worried about. Good news, good news. This box should contain a set of cam gears. Ooh, this is a good one. Look at Pete's C10. Isn't that nice? That's one of the best magnets I've ever got. Yeah. Tell you everything I know about putting in cam bearings. I'm not good at it and I don't like doing them. She's going now. Oh yeah, wrecked my tool. That's about standard. Is it better out here, Elvis, now that there's something to do? Chewing on that bone? Is it more fun this way? Little buddy? I feel like you're not even paying attention to me. I don't know if Loctite's a good idea or not, but it seems like nothing's a bad idea, because that didn't work out well for the last guy. Giving the dog a bone. This is the wrong size wrench. There is the right size wrench. That is all the cam bearings installed. Only wrecked like 2 on the going in, which is why I bought 2 sets, because that's how I roll. We're on to the best part, right here. This is our part number 2054503 for a GMLS NSR, no springs required, X Stage 3. 553 lift on intake and exhaust, 218 intake, 224 exhaust duration, and 110 lobe separation, which for this rig is a little bit on the spicy side probably for something that I want to tow stuff with, but you know, I've never bought a camshaft and thought, oh, that's too big of a cam. So maybe it'll be a first. Oh yeah, look at that. Cool. It looks like quality. Oh yeah, look at that. Now the goal here is to not bash every single lobe into all the bearings. Boy, it's sliding in real nice so far. There is no machine shop required there. I can turn it over with one finger. Camshaft installed. Like, I'm sorry, Elvis, but this one time, you know, you already had your bone. And just because she still has bone and you don't, doesn't mean you get to have her bone. You know? You understand that, little buddy? I think I'll have to pull this right back off, but for now, I just don't want the camshaft to fall around while I aggressively swing the engine back and forth, dropping pistons in and whatever else. Look at the bearings. Make sure we don't have too many dog hairs in there, hey? Slap these guys in there like that. Clean and dry. Clean and dry. There she goes. Oh yeah, hernia. Oh, there it is. Yeah, don't drop it now. Don't hit the bearings. Don't hit the bearings. Don't hit the bearings. Yeah. This part's pretty boring, if we're honest. Like, it's just a lot of looking at the number and make sure you're following the sequence and then tightening the bolts. And crossing your fingers that none of them break. So, the good news is we put all the caps in and it still rolls real nice. Alright. Whoa, that was a little fast. I guess it's getting heavy on the bottom. We are now on to file fitting rings. I'll tell you why it's my second least favorite part. Because it's boring. Real boring. You take your ring, you ease the ring in, nice and gentle. You take your piston, you level it down there. You find your feeler gauges. Let's say 16. Just in case the guy ever decides he wants to put some turbo boost to this thing. We want like 25. So we got some cutting to do. Take one of these, break it. Now you got a tool, see? You need to clean out all the junks. Like, it's just get all the junk out of there. That's the main rule here. That look better? Good enough. Now, if these seem like really dirty pistons to be putting back into an engine, that's because they are. They're gonna get dirty in there anyways. I don't have the technology to clean them very effectively, aside from a wire wheel on a grinder, and that seems like it'd be boring. So we're calling it good enough and putting them back in. People get real bent out of shape about where you set like the split. I'll tell you something, they're not gonna stay where you left them. It doesn't matter where it is. It's gonna go around. It'll just live wherever it wants to anyway. See, look, it turns. It does that the whole time it's going up and down. You can put it wherever you want, but like, it doesn't matter. Well, that one's upside down. Can't do that. We get to do something more fun now. Just drop in pistons. Everybody gets a little bit of lubrication. Someday I'm gonna buy a real piston ring compressor. I'll thump thump with the hammer. It goes right in, right? Yeah, just like that. Now, it's a good idea, if you haven't already, put a stamp so that you don't accidentally get your caps mixed up, because these do not go back together if you try and put the wrong cap on the wrong thing. That'll be a frustrating thing to have to try and figure out. Done! 4! Easy. Make sure that everybody's sort of clean. Why do I keep putting my hammer so far away? Hey pistons! Into the block. Now we're on to the rod bearing part. You grab your cap, you pop your bearing in there, get some goo, be a little generous. Try not to have any junk on it. In no way, shape, or form are we intending to impact on these. We just want to do them down. The camera ran out of batteries while I was torquing, so you missed that. You torque one, you go around, you torque the next one, you go around, torque the next one, you go around. And you just make sure it doesn't get really stiff all of a sudden, because if it gets really stiff all of a sudden, that's a big problem. Hey man, what's going on, Elvis? Too cold? We need to turn the heat back on for you. Too cold for Elvis? Oh, what a good fella. Guess we can't see our breath, eh? Anyways, we torqued them, checked them, retorqued them, etc., etc. They're fine, I think. It's a dirty engine rebuild in a barn. Like, how much do you really expect out of this deal? Never had an engine upside down while I put a diamond chain on. Look at the cool new thing I got to do today. Am I forgetting a piece? No, I'm not. Don't scuff these too bad. That's your oil pump drive. Maybe I should use something softer than brass. Nah. It's just the beeper, Elvis. It's okay. Now, just for fun, why don't we see what our rotating torque is? And then, once we have rotating torque, I will forget the number, and somebody can comment below if that's an appropriate amount. We're sitting at 19, 18, 18, 18, 17, 19, 18, 19, 18. I don't know if that's a good amount. It feels good. It's smooth. Could somebody who knows LS engines tell me what they mean by a small but equal amount? Because I got 2 thou everywhere I stick it. I don't know if that's small. It's 2 thou over here and up here. But is that the kind of number they're looking for? This thing's basically short block. We got pistons in. We got a cam in. We got a timing chain on. We got an oil pump and a pickup tube and a windage tray. All mounted on there, ready to roll. Like, this is a long show already, and we're ready to move on to something else. Bye!